This workshop is just for people who have no idea or are a little bit confused on how to get onto Elevate 3.0, create their profile, create their listing, engage with other members, and some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I'm going to go ahead and silence everybody. Thank you very much. And well, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube for those of you that couldn't come. Well, you can watch the replay. And if you have any questions, you can just let me know through email and I'll make sure to answer. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing when you come on to the Elevate 3.0 marketplace, this is the link market.elevate.ac. So if you are not a member, if you don't have an account, you just have to come up here, click on sign up, add in some email, some information, your email address, first name, last name, create a password. This password, only you know it. So I would recommend writing it down, jotting it down somewhere safe. And what we're doing is we are differentiating between sellers. So if you're a seller, I'm an elite expert looking to monetize my skills, you click on this one. If you're a buyer, if you're a client, if you're a company, you click on this one. I'm looking for speakers or experts. I accept the terms of use. I agree to receive occasional emails from the Elevate.ac team. If you don't want to receive newsletters, pro tips to your email, well, don't click on this, but I highly recommend it. We don't spam your email or anything. We send weekly information that may be beneficial to you. So after you click on create account, you should receive an email like this one with confirmation instructions. So you should click on confirm email address. I'm already a member. I already did this process and received this email. Sometimes this goes to spam or to junk, so make sure to look there. You can't go onto the site and create your listings and profile before confirming your email address. So after you do this, confirm your email to join elevate.ac. You'll be redirected to the page once again, and you'll be able to log in with your new details that you've created. These are mine. I've got them saved up, so I'm going to log in and we can go ahead and get started. So for those of you who are new to the site, we have a whole lot of categories: leadership, diversity, mental health, sustainability, digital, business skills, anything else, and support. I'll get to these categories further along. If you're curious, we have a whole bunch of different topics, trending topics that our experts and speakers talk about and have knowledge about. So if you're curious, you can get on here and see each listing and each one of our members. You're welcome to do that. So the first thing I would like to talk about is how to set up your profile and how to set up a listing. So once you're on here onto the web page, you can hover over your image. We have this little box that appears, inbox, listings, profile, and settings. So an inbox is where you are going to receive messages when people try to contact you, when I try to contact you, and you not only get your messages on here, but you also receive a message on your personal email as well. On your listing, so for example, in my inbox, these are all of the messages that I've had. If I go on to my listings, this is where when you create listings, they are going to appear here. The status, for example, closed, when it was created, updated. For example, my listings are closed right now. Sometimes the status can be active or pending, because when you create a listing, it doesn't go live automatically. It comes to us, we review it, we proofread everything, and then we approve, so it's live. But I'll get to that further along as well. The first thing I want to do right now is profile and settings. So in settings, it's important for you to add all of these details: your first name, your last name. In display name, I do recommend adding your complete name, because if you add a company name, I'm just going to show you right now. If I add Elevate, for example, I'm going to save this. and go to my profile. I just take the settings off. Then here on this banner, what's going to appear is Elevate. And when people search for my name, it won't appear on the search results. So that's why I recommend in display name, adding your complete name and not your organization name. If you want to add this information, the name of your company or organization, I do recommend adding it further along in the About You section. That would be where it's best placed. Username, so this is the URL that you are going to have for your page. You can customize this. I have it very simple. My first name and the initial of my last name, my location. So it's very important to add your location, even if you work only on Zoom, only virtual. It's important because when we're running campaign ads, for example, if we're running campaign ads in Los Angeles, in New York, in Colorado, your name is going to be picked up. If you don't have any location, well, this won't be happening. So it's important you add your current location or the place that you would like to be associated with. Some of our members leave this in blank, but I do highly recommend adding this information. Your phone number, this isn't used. It's only seen by administration. If you would like to add this information, you are welcome to. If not, no problem. Your profile picture. So right here we have the first tip. The profile picture should be in a square format, 1:1 ratio, for example, 800 by 800 pixels. Otherwise, it'll be cropped to fit. So we recommend a beautiful headshot of you, a smiling face, awesome quality, resolution. If you have professional photography, a professional headshot, that would be awesome. I have examples right here. For example, our member Sherry. This is a wonderful picture of her. For example, our member Sandra, another wonderful picture. We don't recommend pictures from too far away because this is the first impression that a company is going to get out of you. Centered face. Sometimes we receive images of members that have their forehead cropped. So we recommend just a centered face and a smiling picture. And then we have the About You section. Here is where you can add your company name. There's another tip here. There's a format that you can use to create bold, italic, headlines, subtitles. So it's very simple. You just have to click over here on this red link, and then you'll be redirected to all of the formatting help. So using hashtags, you can create headlines and subtitles. You can also italicize some words, make them bold, underline them. You can create lists. So for example, on my About Me section, I have a subtitle here, and I have this in a larger format because I wanted it to stand out, and I'll show you how it looks right now. And it's important, for example, none of these apply to me, but I'm just going to select seller. And then in my inspiring life lessons, you can add a quote you live by, a message that you would like to share, anything. You can get creative here. So when we save information, if you want to see how your profile is looking, you can just take settings out here in the search box, click enter, and voila, here we go. For example, I don't have any professional photography, so I just selected this picture of me and my dog with a beautiful background, lighting, natural lighting, which is what I most like. And then here I have my description, what I do. This title here that stands out for if you need to book a one-on-one call with me is my Calendly link, and that would be all. So that is as far as it goes regarding your settings. For example, if we go here to profile, you can also see your profile hovering over your image and clicking on profile. It's redirected to here. And okay, so that would be profile information on settings, let's go on to listings. So when you click here, you're redirected to the same place when you clicked here in My Listings options. So if you have listings that you want to edit, you can click on this little pencil, and we'll get to creating new listings after explaining all of these other options. In transactions, once you have a listing and somebody has bought your offering, this is where it's going to appear, the status, the sum, when it started, latest activity, and the listing name. Here in account is where you can change your password, you can delete your account if you would like to, you can add a new email address. In notifications is where you can customize how many emails you would like to get from the Elevate team, if you want the newsletters, if you want emails from administrators, if you want to get an email notification when somebody sends you a message, comments on your listing, etc. As I said before, you get those messages both in your inbox and in your personal email. So this here is for your personal email, how much information you want to get there. And finally, and most importantly, we have payments. So I don't have an example to show you right now because my country of residence, which is Colombia, doesn't appear here, but most of you are in the States, in Europe, and those countries do appear. It's important to fill this information. We have a lot of members that create their listings, create their profile, but forget to add their payment details. And when somebody buys or purchases their listing, well, the money has to go somewhere. So it's very important. Elevate does charge a 15% commission, but the rest of the 85% goes directly into your account, and this information is safely secured. It is not shared with anybody, and we obviously respect all of this information. So it would be first name, last name, birth date. So for example, let's fill in the information, just an example from 97. Country of residence, so let's say United States. You must add your street address, postal code, city, state, your phone number, routing number, which this information is given by the bank, your account number, and the last 4 digits of your social security. So once you save your details, if everything is correct, you should receive a message that appears here, and I'm going to show you quickly how that appears. So here we go. Here in settings, payments, payout preference, you should get this green check, bank account details confirmed successfully. You are now all set to receive money to your bank account. It's important for you guys to know that payments do not occur immediately. We reached out to the Stripe support, and as a matter of fact, we would love it for it to be immediate, but it can take up to 2 weeks. From our experience, it's taken maximum 1 week for the payment to get into your account, but it's important for you guys to have knowledge about this. Okay, perfect. Let's continue where we were. Okay, so now that we've finished setting up everything in settings, we can go on ahead and start creating a listing. So let's say we're here in the main page. To start creating a listing, you should head over to the upper right-hand corner on this red button that says Start Here. You should select a category. So we have all of these. We have anything else. Why? Because we obviously know we are a growing community and everybody may not identify with the categories that we have right now live. So if you don't identify with any of these, you can click on anything else. And once we have gathered at least 2 or 3 listings that are about about the same topic, then we go ahead and create a new category and move your listing to that category. So for example, let's say that you're an expert in leadership. You go ahead and click on that category. Listing title is very important. We highly recommend adding a title that is clear, is rich in keywords. Why? Because this is the first thing that somebody's going to read. So it's important that they understand what your listing is about with the title keywords, because when they search on the on Google, for example, this is what's going to pop up. So a very clear, simple, explicit title is what we most recommend. It can't be too long, it will not fit. So it's something that you have to play around with. Pricing. So pricing is completely up to you. You can see other listings from the category that you're an expert in and see what other members are pricing if you want to be like in the average, but it's completely up to you. And in the detailed description, this is where things get tricky, if you would like to say, but it's not very tricky at all. We recommend adding an explicit, detailed description with what the listing is about, who it's directed to, what somebody or a company is going to be able to get out of this session, what are they going to be able to learn, what's included. You can add a list with all of the topics. You can add a description for each topic and any additional and valuable information that you would like. Some of our members, for example, Sherry, has all of these elements that I have just mentioned. So she has a description, she has her outcomes, she has who this is for, and another important element are videos. So if you would like to add a video, you can send it to us. We will edit it, we would upload it to our YouTube channel, and we would add the link here. For example, Sherry has both. She has videos from her YouTube channel as well as our YouTube channel. She has a testimonial in video, which is very important. It's very nice to have. And this is a complete listing. As you can see here, she has priced as she wanted. Leadership, 5 keys to retaining and engaging your dream team. Very clear what this is about. She has a wonderful image of her in a crowd in action. We also recommend these kinds of images where the company or the client can clearly see you engaging with an audience. A title. And obviously we have additional information, the delivery type, if it's a speaking session, a workshop, coaching, masterclass, consultation, training. We do recommend only selecting one of these. For example, she added that this is a speaking session or it can be a workshop at the same price, but the recommendation is to select one of the 6. Modality, live in person, live via Zoom, or video on demand. This is mainly for masterclasses that Elevate has produced, and also the running time. So she selected that it was 90 minutes. So let's go ahead and see how to fill this out. So in detailed description, I mentioned how or what information should go here. The delivery type, only selecting one. Modality, live via Zoom, live in person, video on demand. The running time, we have all of these options. If you feel that you need an additional option, you can contact our support team and we will be able to add the time that you need here. Location, since I already added my location in the settings section, well, it automatically appears here. And an image, we have this tip for best results. Use JPG, GIF, or PNG images that are 660 by 440 pixels. So why is this? It's important to follow that tip, because sometimes if the images are like in portrait mode, then we have gray sides, and it's not very user friendly. It doesn't look as great as using like a landscape image. So as I mentioned before, if you have images of yourself in action with the crowd, virtual or live, we would really recommend using these. This would help us with the sales process. If we have great images and reviews of the actual event and feedback from real people, in the public discussion section that I'll show you after I finish here, we will be able to support your listings with Google Ads and deep analytics. So as I mentioned, to guarantee best results, use JPG, GIF, or PNG images that have the pixels that are mentioned here. So since I'm admin, I received this message of post listing automatically. However, you are going to receive a message that says submit for review. So after you submit for review, we receive a notification of your listing. We'll be able to review it, tweak, polish anything, or reject it and contact you of why we rejected it, what we need to better it, to improve it, to correct it. And the whole process starts again. So after it's submitted for review and we approve, your listing goes live and it now appears in the home page. So that would be it regarding your listing creation. I also wanted to talk about the About section. If you want to know more, if you have questions, you can go here and learn about information. Sorry about that. I think I had a technical difficulty. Okay, so here in the About page, it's what we're about, what we do. I really recommend taking a little bit of time and reading about this, our trending issues, the backstory, how it works. So this is basically like a summary of what I've been speaking about. Any additional questions are here. Our frequently asked questions section is also here. And more information, our contact, our LinkedIn, and our enterprise presentation if you're interested. Our privacy policy and our terms of use. Perfect. So, important things to keep in mind. Adding your location, images of you in action, adding a complete bio of yourself in the profile section with an amazing headshot and your name, because this will give customers a better understanding of who you are. Selecting 1 out of 6 of the delivery types. This way customers will be able to be directed to a specific listing you have to offer, say speaking session, workshop, consultation session, etc. In your listing description, adding an explicit detailed description. And another thing that I was forgetting about is what I talked about regarding feedback, real comments from your clients. So here in the public discussion, you can add a comment, you can review the speaker. Right now, Sherry doesn't have comments or reviews. However, let me show you an example of another member. That's her name is Annika. I think it's here where she has a review. No. I can't seem to find that listing, but for example, she has 1 star, 100% positive feedback. So it is important to let your audience know about coming to your listing and leaving a comment about their experience, about if they loved you, if they have any suggestions, any positive, and also negative feedback is welcome because it does better the experience in general. Another thing we do recommend is, for example, following other members. We are a community, we are a growing community, and it's important to support one another. So where you can follow, you go into the member's profile and below their image, you can contact, you can follow, etc. Another thing I would like to talk about is when somebody is on your listing, we have this button here where they can contact easily each speaker. So for example, if somebody wants to contact Sherry, they write a message here, they send it, and this message will appear in their inbox when you hover over your image, but you will also get notified via email. One last thing I would like to talk about is linking. So we've seen two types of links. We've seen Calendly, so somebody can book a call with you, and we've also seen YouTube links, so you can add videos to your listing. However, I have received some listings with personal and external links. I do make sure to eliminate these and let each speaker know why. So it's not possible to use personal links because this does affect in a great manner the traffic of our page. So it causes leads to go away and to go to an external place and possibly affect the sale through our channel, which is mainly the purpose. So for this reason, we do not accept listings with links to external pages except for YouTube. We work every single day on outreach, inbound marketing, email marketing, running campaign ads, Google ads, to ultimately bring traffic to our page, to our site, and for you to obviously be able to have a transaction, be able to sell. So it does really mean a lot to us if you can support us this way, and also supporting us with great listings, images, and if you ever need any help with all of these things, you can just let me know. So we are having at least 1,000 visitors per week. We are working on enterprise sales, inquiry site, and people are going to your pages. So we do recommend having the best listing and profile possible. So that would be it by now. We are going to be uploading this to YouTube, and I would also like to, hello, can you please silence your microphone? Okay, there we go. We also on Elevate have a Friday strategy workshop where we have created like a space for speakers to share valuable content with one another. So we really do recommend coming on and joining us. It's a great space to generate conversation with other members, to make your network larger, meet other experts about maybe of your topics that you are an expert in. And as I said, every week we have a new member speaking about something that they have expertise in. So for example, this week we are going to have our member Rob Salafia, and he is going to be speaking about leadership and business development mindset. So I think that that's something that we all can benefit from. So you're welcome to come. I've already sent an invite to all of our active members on the page. And that brings me to our last segment, we can say. We do recommend being very active on the page. I ensure to message all of you every single day, sending you our advice, our suggestions to better your listing, to better your profile. We do appreciate your feedback. If you have any questions, answering our emails back, obviously. And so it is very important for you to be active on the page creating your listings, because as I said before, we are a growing community. We help you, and obviously we need you to help us. So that would be it for our workshop today. I'm not sure if you have any questions. Please let me know in the chat box. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. Thank you much for joining us for this session. The ones that couldn't join us today, thank you for watching the replay. Once again, if you have any questions, make sure to email me or to message me through the Elevate 3.0 inbox. Thank you very much.